Woke up at 2, ate a little breakfast, had some Clif bars, packed everything up. We were out of camp by 3. Started walking, just about 3. Started walking up the switchbacks up Whitney. Now it's, as I said, 5:10 a.m. and we're almost there. You can see the top. Legs are feeling good.
I've been involved with the DYF Takes Mt Whitney program for 10 years now, and every year is an incredible experience with its own set of unique challenges and adventures and accomplishments.
DYF Takes Mt Whitney is a 10-day expedition tailored for 15 to 17-year-olds living with type 1 diabetes. It starts in Kings Canyon National Park and goes all the way to the summit of Mount Whitney, 14,505 feet.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You're never going to be able to do this with 10 other diabetic kids your age. And having those other diabetics around you to support you through your hard times, it really makes the trip so much more special to me personally, and I'm sure to everyone else who went on the trip.
It was my first introduction to the concept of diabetic pride. Up until then, I'd very much been like, you know, okay, I'm living with this, I'm surviving, but it wasn't necessarily something that I could be proud of, and this was a way of being like, yeah, I'm type 1 diabetic, and I'm climbing Mount Whitney.
You know, I think the hike itself is challenging for anyone. I think living with type 1 diabetes presents challenges of its own. Specifically, in your teenage years, there's a lot of hormones at play that can make blood glucose management a bit of a roller coaster.
The counselors on this trip, they were very influential and special to me personally because they were able to balance serious situations and also were able to balance humor. And so being able to feel comfortable around the counselors and also feel respected, it just made everything kind of fit.
The drive that they were able to bring really, like, I don't know, I mean, it kept me going through the trip. They were like, it was not easy, and I'm not even going to pretend that it was, but it was so rewarding. And the reward came from them being able to, like, push us past our comfort zones.
I think that having diabetes can be very challenging in the front country, and so learning how to live with it while backpacking is a really unique challenge that these teens face.
It was my first time really separating the emotions from the number, and I think that's like so key in diabetes management. Just being able to say, okay, this is data, I understand this, like, now let's keep moving on and like deal with it.
I really feel like there are so many memorable moments from this year's trip. From the first day climbing up through the mist to summiting Franklin Pass and our first glance of Mount Whitney, to climbing down into the Kern River Valley and spending our rest day at the hot springs, and then climbing back out and seeing Whitney again from Crabtree and sleeping on the west side of the summit, and then of course summiting Mount Whitney is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
We woke up at 2 in the morning, got on the trail at 3 in the morning, and hiked several miles in the dark, seeing the sunrise.
And I remember the last 2 hours was about 2 miles of just kind of endless path that was on the way to the summit, and I just felt exhausted. I was just kind of hating that walk, and then as soon as I got all the way to the top and I could see the beautiful views, it just felt like it was all worth it.
Being at the top of the highest peak in the continental United States is a feeling and a moment unlike any other.
There's a famous outdoor educator that once said, "Your disability is your opportunity," and I think these teenagers really use this experience as an opportunity to not only prove to themselves but to the rest of the world that diabetes can't limit them from doing anything that they want to do or achieve any goal that they want to achieve. And I think particularly this trip, there was a goal of reaching the highest summit in the continental United States, and every single teenager that took part in this trip achieved that goal.